All right, time to do another local SEO audit. Today's audit, we're talking about Sterling Property Services. And when they messaged me, they said that they have at least two big challenges. One, their business name. They've had it for nearly 20 years and it doesn't describe what they do. They're painting contractors, paint color consultants, but their business name is Sterling Property Services. So they don't have any keywords in the business name, so that's a good point. The second thing is they're located in Henderson, North Carolina, and their service area is a 35-mile radius on the border of North and South Carolina. They don't show up in searches in their entire service area, even though there are local pages on their website. A hopeless case, or can I help you? Well, I can help you. I've got lots of ideas. Let's take a look at this stuff together and see what we can do. Let's just start with the Google Business Profile. So I brought it up by doing a business name search plus city. And let's start from the top. So Google reviews, you got 5 stars, 27 reviews. That's pretty good. You've got a recent review 3 weeks ago. And I love that you are responding to your reviews and personalizing your responses. Way to go. Way to be. There's no ranking benefit to responding to reviews, but there is absolutely a conversion benefit. Other people seeing your profile will see this and think, this is a business who cares. Especially this like personalized responses. Good job on these responses. So you get a review and you look, you can even see that review came in 8 months ago. 8 months ago you replied. You're on top of it. Love it. So good job on your review responses and good job on just getting your reviews. I would say that given that you've been in business for 20 years and the distance between your reviews is 8 months ago and 3 weeks ago, I think you have an opportunity to get a lot more reviews. And this probably comes down to your review strategy. And you should watch my recent video where I talk about my very favorite review strategy, which is using a business card that has a QR code on it. So watch my previous video on that, and that should be very helpful. Absolutely increase the number of reviews that you have. One of the things that I've noticed right out of the gates here is that it says that Google thinks that your business is in Flat Rock, but your address is in Henderson. This is a really interesting thing. And this happens in rare cases where you're right on the edge. And so Flat Rock is what Google is thinking that you're at. So if I go to Maps and I just search for Flat Rock and see, we can see this border here, right? You see this border, and actually we could see how the pin disappeared. You're located right there. Now let's do Henderson. Hendersonville. Hendersonville is up here. So your address is up here, but Google thinks you're down here. That is interesting. So that actually is going to mean you'll have a very hard time ranking in Hendersonville because your location is actually down here that Google thinks is in Flat Rock. This is very problematic. If this was my business and I cared to rank in Hendersonville more than I cared to rank in Flat Rock, I would seriously consider getting an office space up here in Hendersonville and just get the smallest office space you can, closet space, register an address here. And if you're creating a brand new location, you do have the opportunity of naming it. So go down to the Secretary of State, register a new business address, get those dang keywords that you care about in the new business name, and create a new business here. This is probably a really smart move that will really help you rank for, painting consultant, painters. So if you get a new address up here, it will really help you rank a lot better than your previous address, which happens to be down here. So you say you're a service area business, but your address is showing. If you don't actually service people at your office, like at your home address, then potentially you should not have your address showing. Let's see your home address here. So if Google was to look at this, this is a beautiful house. Look at it. Look at this landscaping. If Google was to look at this, they would think, where's your signage? Where does it say Sterling Property Services? You want a big sign here. And it's okay to actually have a home-based business, but you have to, if you're going to show your address, you're supposed to have signage and your hours should reflect when a person could drive up to your house, knock on the door, and actually meet you at your office, and you're staffed and available to serve them at your home. That is to stay within Google's guidelines. Otherwise, you need to hide your address. Your address should not be shown on your business. So if you don't actually serve customers at your address should be hidden. Just remove it from the profile. What else do we have here? We have the Q&A section. What? No questions, no answers. Be the first. Why no Q&A? That's my first question. So I think Q&A is a real missed opportunity for a lot of businesses. This is a great place that you can pre-populate the questions and answers. Do you have a Q&A section? A lot of us have like a Q&A section on our websites, but I don't see it right out of the gates on your website. But you should make a Q&A section. You should put it both on your website, and you populate the Q&A section of your Google Business Profile. Does not impact rankings, does 100% impact conversions. So it's super valuable to have a Q&A section populated with your most common questions, like what does it cost to paint a house? And of course, what does it cost to buy a car? I'm sure it's a broad question with lots of answers, but it's a good one that everyone asks, and it's a good question to have on there. But my favorite question would be, why should I choose Sterling Property Services for service? And so whatever your number one service is, that's a great question to put on there. And then the pro tip is that once you've asked the question and answered the question, get a few people that you know to be logged into their Google accounts and give it the thumbs up. You want at least 3 of those, and then that profile will actually show up right here on your listing. So it's great for conversion. Someone searching for painting contractors, why should I choose you? You've got a great answer there. That's very compelling. They're going to click on it. They're going to read. So it's great sales copy for you. Fantastic. Do it. So you got 2 reviews that are being pulled in from House. I'm curious. You can see that right over here. They're getting pulled in over here. You have a listing on Yelp. I don't know if you have any reviews. I'm not seeing the reviews popping up on these, but yeah. When I look at this, I can see right out of the gates, you actually have quite a few business listings. And so that's good. Those are citations. And any business that's been around for 20 years, that's pretty natural for that to happen. I do see, look at this. You've got this Blogspot blog. Let me look at this. Hasn't been updated in a long time, but this is painful to see. You got all this great content. This content is not on your website. Lots of this content could be embedded on those service pages to make those pages even better. Let's look at the exterior painting page. Oh, painful. A page with bullet points will not rank in Google. Google's like, oh, what is this page about? Oh, well, here's a few little tidbits. I'm going to give you a hint, Google, about what this page might be about. But don't just give Google a hint. Tell them what this page is about. Go into the gory details. A lot of the content here, like if I look at exterior, look, you have 25 articles on exterior painting. Oh my God. Look at all this great content. You want to rank this Blogspot's never going to rank ever. You're not going to rank ever on this Blogspot page. But you know what's going to rank? This service page on exterior painting. So this is where that content should be. You've already written it. Take this great content, amalgamate it, and put it on this site. Let's continue on the Google Business Profile. So review's great. Let me look at your description here. We are a husband and wife partnership, professionally trained, decorating contractors in business since '86. Great. Trademarks include Roger's exceptional. This is a wonderful description. I don't think you're supposed to have a phone number in your description. I actually think that you get your profile flagged for that. You should have no phone number in the description. Your phone number should be up here, which it is. So that should not be in the description. But your description looks great. It is doing the job. So this does not impact rankings, but it does absolutely impact conversion. So people will read this. They want to know, like, well, what is this business about? This is a bit more what we do than why you should hire us. So I read it again, and I think there is an opportunity to improve this. Of course, you got to mention what you specialize in, but get a little bit more conversion copy in there around why we should choose you. And the same kind of thing that I was talking about in the Q&A section. Another thing I've noticed is that you don't have a product section. So I know you're a service business, and so your products, paint. I don't know, do we sell paint? You might not be a paint store, but you sell these services. And so I actually think there's an opportunity to use the product section. It's maybe a short-lived opportunity because I think it might be going away soon. But take grab it now before it's gone. Google has a product section in the Google Business Profile, and you should make a product for exterior painting, interior painting, pressure washing, and paint color consulting. And home staging. There you go. You have 5 services. So you should have a product for each of those. And the reason is that, yes, there's a services section in your Google Business Profile, and you should do that too. But the product section will show up really prominently right here with a nice graphic for each one of these, and it really makes your profile stand out from the competition, because most of them have no idea what I just told you, that there's this great section that will really highlight your services. So make sure you build out the product section. I would suggest that for sure. Now let's look at your Google posts. Well, I don't see any recent ones, so that's not great. Last one was in 2021. Oh man. So yeah, we're talking about the COVID stuff. Google was actually pushing that during those times. It'd be like, oh, do a Google post on your COVID friendliness. So yeah, so Google posts are not social posts. Google posts should be posted at least once a week. You want to keep it fresh, and you should use it to highlight case studies. Like, hey, look at this great job we did. We could do this for you too. That's really helpful. This does not impact rankings directly, but it definitely increases dwell time, more people spending time on your listing. And it is an awesome thing for the some people will read these and see them, and they get to see the projects that you work on. You really want to talk about why they should hire you. So you could make a Google post for every one of your services, and then talk about sub-services of each of those. You want to highlight you got to think of your audience for Google posts. Your audience are people that are just seeing your business for the first time, and you're trying to convince them why they should hire you. So Google posts should be sales copy. We should be directly selling. We have this service, and this is why we're good at it. That would be a really good Google post. Or even better is an offer. We are currently, for the month of July, offering 10% off exterior painting, 20% off exterior painting, whatever. Or if we paint your house, we'll paint your car too. I don't know. Whatever it is, you've got special offers. Those special offers are great because they can attract attention, and they can directly convert. And so I did do another post on video on that too. That is called The Right Way to Do Google Posts. Check that out on my YouTube channel, and you'll get lots of ideas for how to do good Google Posts. I really think you're missing an opportunity here by not filling out this section. All right, it's a Google Business Profile. Let's look at your categories, and I can see those better in Map. So if I click on the map, I can see here you've got painting, interior designer, and pressure washing service. This is probably a classic thing where you created this Google Business Profile ages ago, but Google has been continually adding categories. So I bet you there are great opportunities for more categories. So if I go painters in Hendersonville, NC, let's see what some of your competition is doing. So I want to jump over to more businesses. And I don't know if, so this is the new local finder, and GMB Everywhere is not pulling categories into this yet. But I do want to highlight one section here. This is the services section. So if you haven't been filling this out, there is a great opportunity to make sure that you fill this out. And I also have another video you should watch about how predefined services impact rankings. So this is a ranking signal and a conversion signal, because of the new local finder, these are shown front and center. And this is a classic mistake. I don't want you to do this. So I do want you to add all these services, but I want you to do it the right way. And let's see, is anybody doing it the right way? Any of your competition? This is good news, actually. If none of your competition is doing it the right way, then you could. All right, so none of these really have good descriptions. You really want, I think that's their description, remove popcorn settings. But there's a great opportunity to add detailed descriptions to every one of your services, and then they show up nicely in here. Okay, but getting out of that, I actually want to go to Map so I can look at categories. So services, yes, fill out your services. So we have painter, service establishment. Oh, that's not a great one. Flooring. So look, you have painting. So that is a category, but I think painter is a better one. Painter is what you are. Painting is what you do. So get both on there. Those are great categories. And in fact, you might even test which one seems to work better, painter or painting. And you would test that by setting up a good local rank tracker. Hint, hint, the Whitespark local rank tracker is very good. And then you would run it for a week or 2 weeks and see which one actually has better rankings for you, painter or painting. So pressure washing, you did have that on yours. Interior designer, you had that one. Blast cleaning service, that's interesting. So you do have the pressure washing, but blast cleaning might be a very specific type of pressure washing. And if you offer that, then there's a nice new category you could add too. So basically, your primary category has the biggest impact on your ranking, and your secondary categories, your additional categories, also help with rankings. And so if there's something like blast cleaning service, if that's something anyone ever searched, having that on your profile will help you rank for it. So really good one there. I think that might be an opportunity. And now actually I would also, I'm only looking at your immediate competition. So I like to look in a bigger city and see if there's any category opportunities in there, because when you get some businesses that have like 200 plus reviews, they might be a little bit better. Yeah, so look, painting and painter. They're targeting both there. Paint stripping service. See, I bet you do that. I bet you that's the service you do. So if someone searched paint stripping Henderson, well, you would come up, and you wouldn't come up today, but as soon as you add paint stripping service as an additional category on your Google business profile, now you're coming up. So this is the strategy. You want to look and find any of these additional categories. So we actually found 3 really good ones. We found painter, we found blast cleaning service, I don't know if that applies or not, and we found paint stripping service. So go ahead, check out the categories, and even if you do the autocomplete, you might find some new categories. Categories, massive impact on ranking, so definitely take advantage of that opportunity. I also want to look at your photos. What do you got? You got 43 photos. 2016, you added this. This is your primary cover photo. It's okay. Like a picture of you would be better. It's more compelling. It's more interesting. It's like, oh, look at those friendly people. I want to hire them. I got some shots of your work. Nice. 2014, 2009, 2012. All right, you need some new photos. So I would recommend you're uploading photos and videos. Videos are dang amazing because they autoplay in the maps result. And they're now autoplaying in a branded search on mobile. Incredible opportunity for video. So 30-second videos, take these short little videos, get them on your profile, take photos of every project you do, and always upload them to your profile. So that keeps your listing fresh. It shows people what you do, and the videos are better than anything. In the videos, they get to hear your voice, they get to see your personality, they get to understand a little bit about you. Make an About Us video. That's just a quick little short About Us video that you answer that question. Hey, we are Sterling Property Services. We've been in business since '86. This is what we do. This is what we're passionate about. This is why you should hire us. Really quick, to the point. Talk about that. Get that on your profile. Big opportunity for you. It's questionable whether it directly helps your rankings, but it indirectly helps your rankings because it keeps people more engaged in your profile, and it 100% impacts conversions. If you've got somebody hooked, they're on your profile, now you need to convince them to hire you. And these are all opportunities for you to do that. So I would do that too. All right, I think I finished with your profile. Okay, so let's look at your website. Let's go to homepage. So homepage, we got your phone number at the top. I like that. It's obvious how to contact you. So you got contact information right at the top. This is a great photo that could potentially be your cover photo because it's just more human. It's personal. Again, although I do like this. I like that you've highlighted each service with a little description and then more about pressure washing. But then, this page is actually better than your exterior cleaning. A little bit. A little bit better. This is just really weak content. You got one sentence per bullet point here, basically. Your goal is to make this the greatest page on pressure washing, on the pressure washing service in Henderson, NC. This is the greatest page ever written about pressure washing in your city. That's the goal here. And it should talk about all the details of it. It should talk about frequently asked questions, why you should hire us, what our approach is, why we do it differently, how we do it differently, the care that we take with your home. We care about the settings. We know that, other competitors, they might strip your paint off, but we've been doing this for 30 years, 35 years. And so we know what we're doing. We really, you should hire us because we're the best, and just go into the gory details. This page should have an absolute mountain of content. It really will help. And so your testimonials are very good. I like to see these. All these people, look, you can hit them up for a review. Get that review card. That'd be a good move too. So you do list your address on the website. I wonder, like, maybe people can come to your office, and in that case, what I said earlier about hiding your address is not required. If you actually do service people, your customers at your address, then that's okay. You don't have very many pages. I'm going to do a little thing here. So let's see how many pages Google has indexed on your website. 9 pages. And then this blog this is where all your content is. Oh, what a shame. This is great content. It could all be put on your website and doing you some favors. It's not doing you any favors over here on the blog spot. It's going to do you big favors over here. How's that possible? Oh, I see. You externally link to your blog. Maybe this is a site architecture issue. Like you just happen to have an external blog, but yeah. So this is unfortunate. You should really have the blog on your actual website, so that content is doing you favors on the website. But I still don't even love blog content for a small business. Like there's a place for it, but building out these service pages is much more valuable than blog content. This is good. There's a question for your Q&A section. And a frequently asked questions section. Oh, look at these nice pictures. Put those up on your Google business profile. Maybe some of them are, maybe. I like this before and after style too. Look, you just take a screenshot of that. Put that up on your business profile, before and afters. Yeah, very nice, before and after. And then make sure that heading's above each one. So those are some ideas there. I really think, so we've talked about your categories. We've talked about your services section, the photos. You're going to have a really hard time because of what I talked about with your location, this being in Flat Rock, but you really actually want to rank in Henderson. So you did say you have location pages on your website. I don't see them. So you don't have a page targeting the specific site. And let me tell you about one massive miss on your website. Your title tags are not optimized. You can see them all in their glory right here. So here's your homepage: Sterling Property Services, Expert Painting and Color Guidance. You do not even have your primary city targeted in this title tag. And you should not lead with your brand name. You should say Henderson Painters, Henderson Painting Services, and Painting Color Guidance. Painting Color Guidance, has anyone ever searched that? That might be a waste of space in your title tag. So paint color consulting, I think this is rarely searched for term. So you're probably better to focus on the terms that people search for. But if this is something that people search for, then that's cool. I would really focus on painters, painting, Henderson, wherever else you want to rank. So you talk about Asheville, you talk about Polk, and Buncombe counties. So this is a problem. You're never going to rank in all these in the local results. You could potentially rank in all of these places in the organic results. So if I did painters here, yeah, so do get a result. This is the local pack. So you will notice something here. The businesses in this local pack are in a pretty tight little map. You are far away from these people because you're not actually in this area. So these are the businesses that will rank because they're actually located in that area. And so what you're looking for is these organic rankings. So the Asheville Painter is clearly focused on Asheville painters, house painters in Asheville. Great, house painters, Asheville. That's a great term you'd love to rank for, I'm sure. What else we got? Oh, look at this. Dab painting. You don't have a lot of competition. CertaPro is big. I think they're everywhere. And so that's your probably like big brand competition. So what you need to do if you want to rank there is forget the local pack. That's out of the question because you can't rank in the local pack, in the local results outside of like a 5-mile radius around your actual business address. So forget the local pack for that. Unless you want to pay for Google Ads, you can get Google Local Ads, not the local service ads, but Google Local Ads. And you could actually have the sponsored spot right here. CertaPro's got the sponsored spot. You could get that. You could absolutely have that spot in Asheville or whatever, but you have to pay for it. If you don't want to pay, then your strategy is this organic results like this. And so you would make a page on your site and basically copy this kind of thing, like Asheville painters, house painters in Asheville, and dedicate a page of your let's say exterior painting. So you're going to make a version of this, but is really targeted to Asheville. You talk about exterior painting in Asheville, fine craftsmanship in Asheville. And so you don't want to just duplicate this text exactly and then replace the city name. You want to write a very dedicated service page. And we have this great article on our website that you could read, which is exactly how to create these city-specific pages. Basically, you're not going to rank in the local pack, but you could rank in these local organic results. And this page, this article tells you exactly what you need to know on how to build these really great city-specific pages. So check that article out. I think it's a great opportunity for you. And it does help you answer this question. How do we show up in searches in our entire service area? Local pack, nope. Organic results, yep. Local pack is a yes if you pay for the ads. That's the only way. All right, I think I covered most of it. I hope that was helpful. I probably missed some things, but this is my quick audit. So I see a lot of opportunities, actually, tons of stuff you can do that would have a very significant impact on your ranking. So I hope that was helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.